LBC News.
New research suggests that more than half of all British black people have experienced racial bias on a date from staff or from members of the public. 57% of black British people say they have experienced negative racial bias while on a date in public. Let's get more on this with Georgina Lawton, author and campaigner, who joins us here on LBC News this morning. Some interesting research that's been released then, obviously the start of Black History Month today. Your reaction to what we've been hearing there?
Yeah, so it is interesting from Bumble, but, sadly, it's not surprising. I think many black people in the UK, many people of colour will know that, negative bias happens in so many of our spaces. So, of course, it's happening when we go on dates as well. It's happening in our bars and restaurants. 60% of people say they've experienced that in a bar or restaurant. And these are spaces where, everyone wants to go to feel excited. People want to go to have a good time. So, yeah, it's interesting, but I'm definitely not surprised or shocked, really, by all of the stats.
What kind of form does this bias normally take?
So a large percentage, 39%, say, they've been made to feel unwelcome, and 30% say they've been completely ignored by staff, 25% say they've experienced direct racism from either a staff member in one of these establishments or indeed members of the public. So, it's microaggressions, it's direct racism, it's a lot of things that black Brits, people of colour in this UK will be familiar with experiencing. And
what can be done to change all of this, do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty tricky. I don't think we should be kind of finger-wagging and saying, white business owners should be doing this, black business owners should be doing this. But what I'm really excited to get behind is, Bumble giving £50,000 to small businesses who are black owned. I think that's a really great initiative because it's helping, put money back into black communities, and it's helping consumers, I guess, just have the choice in where they spend their money on dates, because nobody should be worrying about discrimination or othering. Everyone wants to have a good time on dates. So, putting money into communities and letting black Brits have the choice as to where they spend their money, making sure they feel safe and have a good time when they go out and they date.
Author and campaigner Georgina Lawton, thank you for joining us here on LBC News this morning on that research suggesting that more than half of all black British people have experienced racial bias on a date from staff or from members of the public.